Past your prime, my friend.
It's funny.
You could be a Depends model, maybe.
Right.
But that kind of depends.
Stage in the game. We're doing neck down, right? Neck down.
So the contract's not good.
All right, everybody. Hey, we are back. This is Barbershop BA, episode 5.
Episode 5.
And we were just talking about how we felt like it was like episode 2003, right? Because it felt like we've done this so many times. And really, man, we were just learning. We were just learning the game. And we actually redid a lot of our previous episodes just because we wanted to do it right. And every time we put it out there, we watched it, we go, wow, that sucked. So let's do it again. So if you go on our YouTube, you might have some opinions about our first, initially coming out. But now I think this is the way we have it set up right now is kind of the way we always wanted it.
The vision,
right?
The vision has come
yeah.
forth.
Gotta walk before you run, baby.
Exactly.
Right.
And if you see the wall behind us, it's going to build as we grow too, because we're piecing this together. But it's a beautiful thing.
One by one.
All right, let's do some introductions. Let's start from my far right.
B. Murphy, Brian Murphy.
What up? What up? It's Philip Morgan in the house.
What up, what up? This is Larry Ewings, a.k.a. Jupiter 7. Over there to my far right, they call him the preacher or the pastor.
Whichever one. You're seeking for guidance, wisdom.
Right here, this muscular man in the middle, we call him the athlete.
The athlete.
Check out the guns.
Every day I'm hustling, baby.
Yes. And over here is the man, the myth, the legend, and they call me the rapper. And who doesn't do very much rapping anymore except recording in the studio and stuff like that. So
studio rapper.
Yeah, man.
Studio thug.
Studio gangster though.
Hey man, what's that thing you talking about earlier, man? How we know we're old. What's that? What was you talking about?
Wow. Okay, so I came across this article last week. I thought it was pretty funny. It's probably gonna relate more to me and Brian, probably. But I don't know. I think you might be there. So basically, if
make the cut, is that what
if any of you know of these 35 things, that means you're old.
Okay.
Right?
What do we got?
And
List
but if you're out there and let's say your girl that you're dating knows that these things, doesn't know any of these things, that means you're probably dating the wrong aged person.
Right.
Or you're too young to be on the show.
Or you're a pedophile.
Right.
Or you
Get out
just
the cradle.
you just need to go take a walk real quick. So if you want to know if you're officially old out there, found this article that has 35 things that you would know that would tell if you're old. And so for instance, here, let me go through the first one. So yeah, I thought it was funny. Made me date myself. Paging a friend or family member and then having to wait around the phone till someone calls you back.
Did you say page?
Yes.
Hit my pager if it's major.
Well, you remember that, right?
I remember it.
Yo, hit me up. And then we had to go by the phone and wait for the call.
Right.
Because you had to go find that phone or go find that pay phone or something stupid.
Well, how old were you guys when the pages were out? Because, I mean, it's probably different. I use it for, like pager code. Hey, you'll know it's me if I do this particular number.
That's funny. My only reference for a pager was in high school. I don't know when it started in high school. I just know I had a black and purple pager.
Was it see-through? Was it solid?
It was black. It had a black solid cover, and the top was kind of clear.
Yeah.
Because you can mix and do all kinds of crazy things with it.
Right. When was the pager major for you?
I was working, man. I had a job. I'm a grown man. So, I actually used it for work. Right. So I had a work pager when I was working.
What work were you doing when you had a pager?
I was on call. Doing computer stuff, computer support, server support. Yeah. So,
Okay.
Original Geek Squad.
Y'all was, pretty much.
That was the work I was hoping you were gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm on call right now. Oh, hold on, gotta go. What else we got?
So here's another one. It says keeping up with your friends from summer camp through handwritten letters. Wow. So I mean that sounds very.
I've never did that.
No, that's very white, y'all. Let's just be straight. That's very white. Y'all weren't sending letters to your friends at camp.
Doing letters. They wasn't at summer camp writing letters.
Here's a funny one: ordering clothing or other products out of catalogs, and having no idea when they show up after you ordered it.
That's old school.
Yeah,
That is old school.
You know, you used to order I used to order tapes, music tapes from school.
That's funny.
You know, like I think the one I can remember right now off the top was Bobby Brown. You know,
Wow.
you know, I don't know if it was My Prerogative or whatever.
He only had like one album, other than when he said he's the king
Did
of
he?
pop, or what did she say he was? But yeah,
Did he only have one album?
Pretty much one that was actually good.
Well, Ghostbusters helped him blow up. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Because he did the theme
Ghostbusters
song.
soundtrack.
You know what? Remember, I was a kid, and you'd have to go and sell the chocolates or the home decor stuff. It's like, oh yeah, here, just write down your order, give me a check, and then and they're like, oh hey, when am I gonna get my thing? That I don't know. Like, help me get the sweet pair of remember the AM FM headphones?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
And those suck so bad.
That's right.
But you had to sell like $1,000 worth of stuff just to get those.
Man, see, now you make me flashback. You know what I used to love having. If you had a Sony Walkman, you were like cool, right?
Right.
Oh yeah.
But you weren't cool if it had like the EQ on there, right? The EQ on there was I don't know if it was that cool because it was much bulkier.
Yeah.
But if you had the smaller one, but then you had that little button, the bass boost,
Yep.
super boost or whatever.
Boost.
That'll take the sound of that notch. You'd be like, oh yeah, man. And then you have to wear big headphones like these to get the bump.
That's
You know,
funny.
you couldn't get that with the smaller headphones. It would like rattle and.
That's right.
Anyways, here's another one. Taking a photo and having no idea what they look like until they have them developed. So you taking pictures, you don't even know what the hell you're doing, and then you don't even know if they're good.
The original selfie just.
Right. Whole roll, you get one good picture out of it.
Oh, jeez.
That's funny.
Let's see. Let me scroll through these. There's too many of them. Becoming a fan club member through the mail. Like, so if you like the artist, you would literally have to fill out something and send it in, and you would hope they would send you something back, like a package or something like that. You don't remember that?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
Okay, so that means Brian was way too grown. I was still.
You did it just to say that.
I was never a fan club kind of guy.
And,
I just would never do that.
well, I guess.
I don't like autographs.
What does that mean for me then?
I don't know, man.
I wouldn't go.
And then Phil wasn't even around. So.
Okay, hold on. Go back.
Well, which one?
My wife and I were just talking about this last. TV guide. When you're looking through the TV guide to see what's going on that month, like, oh yeah, I gotta watch that. Oh, that movie's coming out. I gotta watch that.
Right. That's
funny.
Let's see what else. Having to be home whenever you wanted to watch something on TV. So, like, you know how now you can record something on TV, your favorite show, you could watch it later.
Right.
Man, you had to make it home. No matter where you'd be at the beach, you'd be like, oh, shoot, it's almost 4 o'clock. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is on. I need to get home now if I'm going to make that, man.
Columbo's coming on.
Yes. Columbo, Sledgehammer, Matlock.
That's funny.
I think, Brian, you used to, what's the Murder, She Wrote?
Murder,
That was all you. You're all up on Murder, She Wrote.
Wow.
That's the show. She's so cunning and smart.
Right.
That girl, that
like
lady.
Matlock was for the tough guys, I guess.
That was Magnum PI. I was a Magnum PI
No,
fan.
Matlock is just as bad as Murder, She Wrote, man.
That's funny.
I used to get mad at my mom. She used to watch that all the time. I was like, Mom, you know what's going to happen? This old lady's going to meddle in someone's business. I got everybody dying around her. How's she always figuring stuff out?
Yeah, that's true.
I go, what about her? What if she's the serial killer?
Right.
Come
she
on,
didn't
man.
know no moves and no nothing. She just little old lady. That was weird.
Oh, here's a great one, guys. How about just taping a TV show or taping like music?
Yeah.
If you had your favorite song, you would
That's for
literally have to
sure.
like press record on the radio
You
or
know
something like that.
Yeah, that's back. Now that's old school. man.
Hold up.
You had, you had the slow jam tapes, and you got the girl you trying to holler at, and you gotta record off the radio for like 6 weeks to finally get a mixtape for the. You don't know.
I know about that. So
You don't know
I had a
Come on,
dual record, so I could record from the radio on the tape. So I had to wait. I had to like record while I slept because that's where all the good songs came on. So I know about it, and then I would take that tape and then record those songs, and then wait till the commercials played and hit record again when it.
Okay.
Look, man, come on, man. I'm a '90s. Grew up in the '90s.
Back in the old, we didn't have.
You was trying to figure out how to do when I already knew.
Okay.
You know.
All right, I can respect that.
Okay.
Here's a couple more. So here's one where remember when they used to have like Blockbuster and a new movie came out, And so, like, you would have to literally be the first one to get there because they had, like, 3 copies. Man. And if you didn't get in there, you didn't get the newest movie.
That's true.
You have to go rent something random that you don't want to watch.
I remember I paid $94 for every movie because I never took them back on time. Those fees, man. I used to pay hundreds of dollars in fees. I couldn't even go on Blockbuster.
Sir, your card is no longer.
Man.
You cannot rent another movie.
They cut my card up in Blockbuster so many times.
And this next one's hilarious, but it goes into what actually we're going to be talking about next week. It's trying to watch porn through
the
squigglies. Like you can make out like maybe a butt cheek or something like that.
You see the audio?
Yeah. You just get the audio or
kneecap.
Yeah. So, but anyways, so like next week for those of y'all tuning in next week, we're gonna be jumping on that topic.
We getting porn next week.
Next week?
Sure. Yeah. Is that okay?
Well,
getting in.
It gives you a week to do all your research. I know that's important for you. For sure, so.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have all the names for you. Okay.
That's funny.
All right. Well, you know what? There's plenty of stuff in here, but here's the last one because I think this one has to do with one of the things that we're gonna be talking about here during our session. Remember there was that song that you liked from that artist, but you had to buy the entire CD. You couldn't just go get the MP3.
Right.
You had to buy the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you would spend whatever the full amount was, and then this
like
album would suck.
$13.99.
And you'd be pissed off, but you got that one song.
And then the problem is it was on vinyl, so you do it again.
Yeah, I didn't do vinyl.
I had a method. Remember that there was a store called The Warehouse. Remember Warehouse? They had all the CDs, all of that. I would buy the CD, and I would carefully, when I got home, I would carefully open the side of it. Like I would use, I don't know, like a razor, so I could cut it open, slide the CD out of the little plastic, and then pop the little thing at the bottom and open it without ripping the. And I would listen to the CD. If I didn't like the CD, I just slide it back in, put a little bit of tape on it, and return it. Say, no, it's still in this package.
Scandalous.
Still in this. But if it was dope, I keep it.
Is the Warehouse still around?
Scandalous.
It ain't around no more.
You're
Probably
the reason.
Folks like
you are the reason.
Warrant for your arrest right now.
That's funny. Hey, as a segue, speaking of music, I know music's something that you're passionate about and that you do. I know
yes, sir.
May 11th, you got a show coming up in Castro Valley, right?
Yes, I do.
What's that venue called? Little what?
little people? No, it's called Small Town Society. And it's right next to Trader Joe's in Castro Valley. So if you know Trader Joe's right there in the corner of, I think, Redwood and another, I can't remember the cross street right now. Anyways, it's right on the side of it. They have right now they have an art gallery set up. There's a coffee shop pop up in there right now.
Nice.
But it turns into a venue every month.
Nice.
And so I'll be able to go over there and just perform some of my older stuff. It's been a while, but it's something that I used to tour heavily. I used to do a lot of shows, used to grind it out, and it's just giving me the flashbacks because I had to put it on hold for a little bit because obviously focus on my career, going to school, and that takes up all your time.
Yeah, right.
And so like music is a creative outlet for me, so I've been getting back into it. But now just thinking about, okay, I have to go back through all that material in my head and hopefully be ready for the show that I haven't done in almost a year and a half, 2 years.
So how prepared are you right now?
I would say about 37%.
37%. Okay.
Like the songs are there. I already have the set list. Now I just need to go through and just be repetitive in my head.
Brush it up.
Yeah, but I'm more of a spontaneous performer anyway. So like I like being in front of crowds, and I like having that. I like having the show like be relatable, and I like getting people hyped up.
That's tight.
But I think that things that's different now is since I'm a lot older. Like when I used to be jumping all around and getting crazy like that before, and people, if you don't have that energy, I don't know if I have that energy no more, and I'm not even going to try to replicate that, okay?
You about to sit in a chair and rap your songs?
Yeah.
Unplugged edition?
No, hey.
I'm not coming out for a geriatric show, man. You're going to have to take a little...
Come on, bro.
I'm going to do
split show.
Come on, man. We're going to need
No, like...
Prince was like 50, still jumping off of speakers, man.
In platforms.
You gotta break in platforms.
In platforms.
That's what you need, Larry.
Come on,
Jupiter
man.
7 platform shoes.
Right.
May 11th.
Be there.
You're funny.
Be there.
I'll definitely get you guys' hands in the air. How about that?
That's funny. So segue. It's talking about inspiration, right? What inspires you? What are you passionate about? And I'm assuming that you still have a lot of passion for that art, right?
Absolutely.
This music that you're gonna come out of retirement age and perform again.
Yeah.
So that's cool, man. That's really dope. So like, what inspires you to go out and do that? What sparked it all of a sudden after this long layoff?
Well, I mean, music for me has always been a part of who I am. So it was something I heavily did for a long time. It's what I leaned on for income, right? It was something that I was a part of the culture. It was I embodied like hip hop, right? So anything that I did, it flowed through that lens, and so, but then it also doesn't always pay the bills. Mm-hmm. So let's just be honest. Everybody want to be a superstar. Everyone want to make millions, but they don't want to put in the work, and a lot of people don't realize how much work you actually have to put in, and even at the end of the day, you still might not make that kind of money. Mm-hmm. And so I realized at some point, I'm going to have to lean on my education. I'm going to have to go back to school if I want to feed my family, put a roof over my head, and set my family up for success. Right. Because this is something that's going to always be a part of me, that I have to go back and I have to focus on my career and what I was doing to be a professional. Than what I'm doing. I've already been a professional in music. It'll always stick with me. But now coming back to it, I need an outlet. Just like every one of us needs an outlet. Some people fight. They need to be in the gym and hit the bag. Some people need to be in the gym and lift those weights, right? Some people Brian, you're a pastor. You need to steady, just always be in the word or absorbed in the word, right? So when it's time to preach, it comes. It's just a part of being a professional of who you are, and that's something that I have to get used to getting back to but it's inside of me. So I just have to realize and trust myself that I've done it for so long. It should be fine.
Yeah. Sweet, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that perspective, and it's bringing you back out, right? So, switching pace or speed. Brian, you're a pastor. Preach that good word on Sundays, and I think that's more of a constant. You have to stay inspired. I think. I mean, you can tell me, but I would assume 24/7, 365. Like, how do you stay? I mean, what's your inspiration?
Man, I think that there's things that we are kind of wired for. In the Christian sense, you'd call it called. It's a calling, right? And so you've got things that are inside of you that even if you didn't get paid for it, this is what you would be about. This is what your life would be about. So for me, I mean, it's the stuff that gets you excited, stuff that brings you joy. So yeah, for me, I mean, it's really not about preaching, though. I do enjoy it. It's about being able just to be part of people's lives, connecting with people's lives, seeing people kind of have these aha moments and have hope where they didn't have any hope, or find some peace even in the middle of crazy circumstances. So to me, that's what the whole purpose of kind of being in ministry. Ministry just means service. You're serving people and trying to be part of whatever God wants to do in their life. And so many people are walking around, I think, carrying these big, heavy burdens and stressed out and worn out. And I think there's help. I think there's hope in the truth of the word. So if I can be part of helping people get some of that weight off of them and walk a little taller and feel a little lighter and feel like they got some extra to share with somebody else to make the world better. I mean, that's what I love to do.
That's crazy. So, so we're talking about inspiration here. So how do you, what keeps you, I mean, I know the things that keep you hungry and keep you going, but I mean, I know it's got to weigh heavy on you. It's got to be taxing after some time. So how do you, find time to disengage a little bit, or how do you kind of, like Larry was saying, some people get that relief out where they go to the gym, lift some weights. I mean, you're not hitting the gym, so I mean, what are you doing to?
Kind of disrespectful.
We can tell you haven't been hitting the gym,
right? So I mean, what are you doing to really seem that stuff? I mean, you keep pouring into people. I mean, so like, how do you refill? How do you recuperate, re-energize?
I mean, I think you gotta have that marathon mindset. I mean, that the work isn't about my ego or my reputation or me building my own empire. It's the long haul. I mean, again, this is what I felt like I was meant to do, and in whatever form or fashion, I think I'm gonna live into that who I was made to be. So, I mean, I think definitely, preaching and even pastoring is a very kind of people heavy, line of work, right? So for me, it may not actually seem like, but I'm actually pretty much an introvert. So I get refueled when I'm like not with people. So, that's why I got the little man cave at the house, and I just need some time just to be by myself. I have a great time by myself.
See, this is where I relate to Brian the most, and my wife always like gets on me about like why I like to. I need some Larry time.
Right.
It's like I need that time by myself. I need to hear my own thoughts. I need to, I need to be by myself.
Yeah.
Because also being an only child, that's kind of like been, grew up that way. But no, I totally feel you on that, man. So, but one thing I didn't hear from you this whole time in the inspiration piece, where the heck is Jesus at?
Well, man, I was
right, you passed it.
I was trying not to be super spiritual, man. But
no. You know what? Here's why I wanted to bring that up, Brian, because like. For every sensitive Christian that was out there, they're probably like, he ain't said nothing about Jesus.
Right.
You better give him you gotta give him the praise.
You know what I mean? But everything I heard you say was all about it.
Giving
you know what I'm saying?
all honor to God. Who's the Lord of my life.
So for all you hyper Christians out there, shut up.
You know what he's talking about.
Yeah, you know what he's talking about. You know Jesus. Come on now.
Oh man.
Stupid.
Jesus loves me. This I know.
Yeah, but I mean,
we love y'all though. We're not hating. We just I know some of y'all out there thinking about that. Come on now. We thought that's a pastor right there. Of course, Jesus is the main thing.
Man, we're on the 5th episode, man.
If
they have a Christian, they probably jumped off already.
Right. I think we shook all them loose.
Because they're like, look at that idol. Look at that idol for a freaking dog.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's funny, man.
Well, I mean, come on, man. We talking about that. So how about you, Philip? We talking about what's our inspiration. Come on, you right now you doing a lot of stuff too, man. You a big man at Google, but not only that, before all the stuff that you were doing, like I mean, we're talking about athlete. We're talking about being in sports, man. What's your inspiration, man?
I haven't been. Sometimes you hear athlete and you're like, man, I'm not engaged in any type of sport right now. Like, you're a pastor, you're engaged in that daily. I mean. And, just to revisit that one more time, being a pastor is not just in the pulpit on Sunday. I've seen this man, and he's talking about being an introvert, but, I mean, his phone is ringing all the time. And he's always doing, I mean, it's crazy. The stuff, I just want to tip my hat to you because it's crazy. The stuff that you got to go, you hear, I mean, it's a lot, man. I can't even describe it, but it's a lot. But,
and he's doing the podcast, man. I mean,
and he's doing this.
He's just sharing his heart, man. He's being himself.
This is cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out there. For me, I struggled with it for a long time actually, because after sports, after high school, after college, you go into these intramural kind of thing where you still testing yourself, and if you're not getting paid for it at a certain age, it's like Eric Thomas says, like you play in intramurals like it's the pros. You know what I mean? You leaving work early just to go, hey, I got a basketball game. Hey, I got to go do this. Like, ain't nobody going to your game.
Right,
you know what I mean? Right. So I think, honestly, I think God had to break me of that. So there's a long period of time where I wasn't doing anything athletic, but I put that same passion to work. So I became almost like a workaholic. Yeah. And, it took me a while to find that balance. So, I'm speaking to somebody out there, but I mean, for me, just that time, that hour or so a day to lift or to run or to exert energy, it takes me to a place where I can't rely on myself, because if I want to quit, I'm like, ooh, I'm tired, let me just stop. Mm-hmm. I'm not competing for anything. I have no angle, so it's always tough for me to do that. So, actually my wife has inspired me lately with this weight loss challenge. We got a weight loss challenge going on, and it fueled something in me, it sparked something, but it was positive. I'm like, all right, I'm working out, I'm dieting, I'm feeling good about it. It brought that passion back, and that was my inspiration, was to lose weight.
What's the bet? What's the bet if you lose, bro?
Man, no, the bet is if you win. I think we got some money on the table.
See,
I get to keep some of my money. That'd be cool. I mean, we're not live. We can edit that out. We get a weekend without the kids, but I mean,
okay.
But it was just the competition aspect of it. You know what I mean?
Who's winning?
I think it's about neck and neck. I'm down 8 pounds. We started. It's a 21-day challenge. So.
All right.
Yeah. So that's. But it's that time where I'm fully exerted and I'm out of energy, and that's when I feel like I'm at peace. For some reason, I'll be running on the treadmill, hit mile number 3, mile number 4, and I'm just tired.
Yeah.
But then that's when I feel like the best. I get off the chair and you're just like, I usually yell. It's like, and I feel good. I like to see myself sweating and just being in that zone. But it's hard to get there.
Yeah.
So you're screaming, you're yelling on the treadmill.
Yeah, man. I'm that crazy dude at the gym.
But is this at the gym the place that you work at?
No, I don't go all out there. It's my apartment gym.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not at work.
Okay,
not the Google gym. I don't want to get fired, man. They're like, this dude's crazy.
Nah.
But that's where I find my peace, is when I'm fully exerted and I can't rely on myself anymore. I gotta dig a little deeper. So that's what inspires me to get to that place. I gotta go through.
Yeah, which is, really true, right? Because I think a lot of times we don't see. We are physical, mental, and spiritual, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think sometimes when we're trying to really find these spiritual breakthroughs, you could even take it what we're saying, right? You got the physical workout, the music certainly gets in our heart and our emotions and opens us up to some things, and then ultimately, spiritual is where God is trying to fill those voids that we have. So really, it's the 3 levels, and we're all 3 all in one. And so I think people don't see that sometimes whatever I'm doing that gives me this breakthrough, gives me this sense of peace, man, is ultimately, I think, a doorway that God can use to get our attention. When I'm doing even my time with God or whatever, I like to work out first. For the same reason, I want to get my mind. I wake up in the morning, I got all kind of stuff in my mind and thinking about whatever I got to do today or yesterday, and so my mind is running. So I work out and get physically tired. And then once I'm physically tired, now I'm ready to kind of quiet my mind and quiet all that's running on in my head, and then I'm in a place where I can actually get some spiritual food in. But when I wake up and I'm so wired and I'm so anxious or whatever, or got this even physical anxious energy, for me the spiritual doorways don't open up. So I think God takes us through all these levels to actually get to a place where we can hear Him.
That's interesting.
That's really good advice too, because I think a lot of people think about that. Like, when do I have time to fit it in? Or what's the people want to create their schedules. Yeah. They go, hey, you know what? The first thing I'm gonna do in the morning, I want to work out.
Yeah.
Then I want to pray, and then I want to go whatever it is, right? And sometimes it don't work that way. Yeah. Sometimes let's say you wake up at 4:30 in the morning to go work out, and you wake up and you like, you know what? I need to hit that snooze button. We'll go right back to sleep. Yeah. Right? Or let's say you woke up in the morning and you wanted to pray. And you sitting there, you can't even think, right? Yeah. You're just like, you know what? Or you start to pray, and the next thing you know, it's 7:00. Right. And it's like, wait a minute, okay. I'll be honest, it happens to me quite a bit. Yeah. And that's why sometimes I don't wait till I go to sleep to pray or whatever it is. And so you bring up an interesting point that I think, depending on what we're all doing professionally in our lives. Yeah. Like, we need to find the time where it works the best and make that fit into our schedule, or even sometimes get our bodies into the routine. Mm-hmm. Because some of us, let's just be honest, we need to wake up early in the morning. Yeah. We've been sleeping in too late. We're wasting too much of that day, and we can't get to the things that we need to. Because a lot of us are busy. We have kids. We have to work. We have to make a living. And so when do we got to fit that into our schedule? And I think that's our inspiration levels. I think it actually go up if we're able to find the schedule that actually works for us.
Yeah. Or you recapture time, right? You know where literally most of my prayer time and probably about half my sermons come from?
Toilet.
No.
Okay, sorry.
Keep it Jesus. The shower.
Close.
I mean, it's in the same but it's not same.
You know what?
That's not close.
Let's just label it
activity.
It's not.
Let's label it bathroom time.
Bathroom time?
Well, okay. Well,
bathroom
you
time.
Might do it, whatever. But yeah.
Because sometimes you go to the bathroom first, then you take the shower.
That's way too much information for this podcast.
That's my routine, y'all.
So
go to the bathroom
I
first.
got the shower. Nobody else is in there. I got the little soothing waterfall going. I could just zone out.
Lavish.
I don't have that setting on my
Lavish.
shower head. Doesn't have that setting. The waterfall setting. I don't got
It's
that.
just water. I mean, it's waterfall.
No,
It's a
you said-
waterfall.
Okay.
You know the worst setting is the one it just shoots and it hits you hard, like the hotel one. The hotel one,
Right.
right? You go there, it's like,
Right,
you're like,
right,
oh god. Anyways,
But
okay, so you got the relax. Okay,
So I mean, I'm
Okay.
saying
I see.
we all got time if
I
we can
guess-
see how to leverage it.
Right. So I guess what we're saying is whatever inspires you, you gotta do it.
yeah,
Right? I mean, cause you can't fight those. That's like something you can't fight because that could be like God's calling for you. I can just imagine where we would be if Brian never answered that calling, right? Because you were in tech before, and I knew that was working well for you, but you still answered the calling because it inspired you. Larry Jupiter 7, man. I mean, that music thing for you it was huge, and and you're coming back with it. I think that's gonna feed a need, like a hunger you've been having to perform again, right?
yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, I felt like hanging it up. I felt like putting it away. Like, that's a chapter in my life, and I actually see a lot of artists doing that now, or they switch up their names. They've been switching up their names, and they go, I need to leave that, especially like folks who have been involved with like underground hip hop and it comes from a spiritual background, because they want to separate themselves from that, because now people only know them as that like Christian artist or that spiritual artist, and like that's something that I've always debated or battled with myself the whole time. But at the same time, it is who I am, regardless of what name I pick, whatever choose. My faith is gonna shine through no matter what. And so hopefully that anybody's listening can feel the not me trying to be anything but myself, right? And I think that's what's going to connect with people.
Right.
But since we're all, maybe to conclude on this inspiration tip is that I think at the end of the day, our inspiration comes from our whys, the things that motivate us, that put us at the forefront of what we're doing. And what I mean by that is, like, if I think about, let's just think about the spiritual aspect. If I think about why I'm here, why was I created? Why do I exist here on this earth? And if I believe that to be, I'm here to live for God. I'm here to serve Jesus, right? And serve others. Just like Brian was talking about earlier. I'm here to serve others. It's not here for myself. A lot of it is about myself in the beginning. But that's God prepping me to serve others. Yeah. Right? And that's something that we actually need to learn how to do daily. But that's the inspiration of that is, I need to be great at what I do. So that happens to be his profession. Right? And we are in the secular market where I work with nonprofits in city government. You're working in tech, the tech world, working with all kinds of different groups. And we need to be excellent at what we do. Not only that, even with our side hustles and everything else that makes us who we are, we need to be good at everything that we do so we can show and improve at the end of the day, and people know where it comes from.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So, yeah, man, episode 5.
Episode 5, y'all. Thank you guys for hanging out
Appreciate
with
it.
us. Yay. Once again, this is Larry Ewings.
Philip Morgan.
Brian Murphy.
We are Barbershop BA.
Later.
Out.